HTML offers a specialized type of list called a definition list. And a definition list is a combination of items and their definitions. First thing we're going to do according to the book is change the div tag that we have for a current pseudo list we've put together to a DL, or a definition list tag. Then we're going to spend some time looking at the individual list items. Now, these work a little differently than the ordered and unordered lists that had an LI opening tag and a closing LI tag to define the individual list items. In this case, we're going to provide the term with an opening DT and a closing DT. Now, this seems like it should be really easy, but Aptena wants to try to help you. As you can see, every time I open a DT tag, it's trying to close it. And we're going to want to actually surround current content. So it's going to take some manual work, and it's going to take a little finessing, a little editing to make it work. But once you get the DT in place for the actual term, then we need the actual definition. So we're going to have to then put an opening DD tag and a closing DD tag. And again, Aptena actually makes this a little more difficult than if you were using a plain text editor like Simple Edit or Notepad. Most things work better in Aptena, but this is one of those areas where it's a little bit of a challenge. In any case, once you get it all in there, you should be ready to go. You see, we have it specified exactly as they specified in the book. We have the terms, such as phone number, and the definition, which is the actual phone number. Terms such as email and the email address as the definition. Next, we're going to go to the style sheet. Within the style sheet, we need to find a certain area. We're going to find the reset area, so we're going to use Control F or the Find tool. And I know I use this repeatedly, but one of the things we want to do is put these new tags. We're going to use the DD, DL, and DT as part of the reset rules within the style sheet. We're going to have to look for another area in the style sheet. It's asking us under main content to add some additional style rules. And we'll place them under the article UL. We'll start with a article DL, and we'll specify them as we are asked to in the actual lesson plan. So for the article DL, and again, remember, anytime you have two elements right next to each other, the second element is only used if it's within the first. So this rule that we just created, article DL, only applies to DL elements that are embedded within article elements. Same thing with the article DT. The only DT elements that this particular rule will be applied to are DT elements that are within an article element. Now, in the case of this document, much like some of the other work we've done in earlier lessons, it really wouldn't make any difference whether we had article DT or just article DT, because all the DTs are within article open and close tag. Now, if we take a look at what we've done here, we can go down to the bottom and see that it looks pretty presentable. Now, what we may want to do is look and see now in this view how it used to look before we created the definition list. Now back to the definition list as it currently looks. That's it for this lesson. Now on to the next lesson.